Last time we talked about your Good Times album and how all of that came about and how you had found some unreleased recordings where you actually got to sing with him again because there were tracks. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about that? Because that's amazing to me.
Yeah, we have a new album out, last year, called Good Times. And it started with conversations about what we were going to do for the 50th anniversary. And simultaneously, we found some unfinished tracks from the 60s. Songs written by Neil Diamond, Carole King, Harry Nilsson. And there was one, and these were not demos, these were multi-tracks, so obviously they'd intended to release them someday, but the show went off the air, we stopped making records, and they have remained in the vaults for 50 years. And we found them, and there was one particular track, a song called Good Times, written by Harry, that I was eventually intended to sing. He's on the track playing piano and singing. Mike Nesmith's on guitar. I think there's a couple of other musicians in the background. And I became very good friends with Harry Nilsson over the years, and I thought, wow, what an opportunity to sing a duet with my old friend Harry Nilsson. And everybody loved the idea, and I suggested the album should be called Good Times and make that the title track. Everybody liked that idea, I guess. And that sort of launched the project. And then it was a question, well, what do we do? We have 6 tunes or so, something like that. Well, what do we do to fill the rest of the album? And the record company reached out to a producer named Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne, who had done a record called That Thing You Do, a song.
The movie of the same name.
That Thing You Do for the Tom Hanks movie. In fact, I bumped into Tom Hanks one night at a... Did I drop that name?
You dropped that.
And he said, I made a movie about you guys. I said, yeah, I know, where's my check? And anyway, Adam was the perfect choice, frankly, I think.
Yeah, if you've ever heard the song, That Thing You Do, it is a miraculous song in the way that it's absolutely out of the 60s and it's absolutely modern. It's a tremendous achievement, I always thought.
And Adam went on to reach out, and the record company did, just put the word out, anybody want to write a song for this? And all of a sudden, we were inundated with material from these incredible writers like Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie, and Rivers Cuomo and Alan Partridge.
Did you know that Rivers Cuomo graduated from the same high school I did?
You graduated from high school? And Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller. I mean, anyway, all of a sudden we got all this incredible material of this same kind of genre, this 60s jangly, well, I guess what they call jangly guitar pop or something.
12-string guitar, lots of 12-string on the album.
Yes. And that's how it happened. And we got lucky, you know. The universe was kind to us, and the forces, you know, were there, and lightning struck, you know, got lightning in a bottle again, and we had top 20 album out of, you know, just like, it was a wonderful, pleasant surprise. I was thinking about it, and the equivalent would have been in 1966, when the Monkees show went on the air and the first album hit the charts. The equivalent would have been an act having a top 20 album from 1916.
Yeah, like
during World War I. Have Eddie Cantor or, you know, Mario, no, it would have been Enrico Caruso or somebody having a top 20 album, you know, 50 years later. So, and I feel blessed. I feel blessed that we got lucky, and a lot of hard work too. And everybody contributed, Mike, Peter, and I, and, you know,
and even Davey.
Writers, and Davey. There's a vocal on there that he had done in the 60s, a song written by Neil Diamond that just never got released. So anyway, I feel blessed to have been part of it.
As do I.